When I was in high school, I was actually made fun of a lot because, you know, I had to wear the hand-me-downs. And when I look around, I see some of you all, maybe for the very first time, that you are actually dressed up with your suit, and Lord only knows what sacrifices you had to place, what to do, in order for you to have what you have. And all I wanted in high school was, does anybody even know that I exist? Does anybody know that there's Raul? Hello, everybody. I'm dying for love. I'm dying for somebody just to say, Raul, you can make it. And there was nobody. The only thing I had was inside of me. And I said, you know what? I have to find a solution. And young people, everything that you've heard throughout the day, everything that you've heard about the day, because you can have people tell you how wonderful you are, how beautiful, how intelligent, but it's not until you believe it inside of you. It's not until something inside of you saying, you know what, I am wonderful. I don't care what anybody says. I know I'm smart. And I don't care if I may not even be able to speak English, but you know what? Okay, you all can I be real with y'all? Why do people think that when you can't speak English that you're not smart? You know, that because you have an accent that you are not smart? What's up with that? Because, right, am I telling the truth? Am I telling the truth? So anyways, you all, I want to fast forward it because I got 2.5 seconds to share my entire life of 28 years. Okay, because I know y'all got somewhere to be, y'all got things to do, y'all movers and shakers. So what we're going to do is I want to fast forward it. So when in high school, I was the only member of my entire family of 10 to graduate from high school. The only member of my family of 10. And yes, so I'm the only member of my entire family of 10 to graduate from high school. And you know, nobody ever told me that I was college material. Nobody ever took the time to say you can do it. And like Mr. Love, you just hit it right in the nail, brother. Like, I even wrote it down. Okay, let me bring out my note. Mr. Love said something. I just wanted to fall out of my chair. And he said, let me see what you said. Mr. Love says, don't let others determine who you are. Ooh, that was deep. Don't let other people determine who you are. And so I did. I unfortunately did allow other people to tell me who I am because I didn't know who I was, and I was waiting for the real me to stand up. So I decided not to go to school, but one of my dreams was at age 19 was to build a shelter for battered women. And so this little 19-year-old kid, you know, from El Barrio was like, okay, how are we going to do this? And the reason that I wanted to build a shelter is because I don't know if any of you all have ever experienced domestic violence in your life where you see your mom being beat every day and there's nothing you can do about it. And there was times that I have a sister that's mentally disabled, and so me and my sister and my mom would end up living under a car. We would actually end up underneath the freeways sometimes because we had nowhere to go. And I said, no child should ever have to go through what I went through as a kid. No one should have to live underneath bridges. No one. And I said, when I grow up, I am going to build a shelter for battered women, because what happened is that my sister Sylvia, who was mentally disabled, almost got raped because we had nowhere to go. And so I determined early on that I was going to do that. And it wasn't until I was 22 that I decided to go to college, you all. I was like, and it was only a trip that I made to my native land of Tepexpan, which is a little pueblo of south of Mexico City. And I saw so much poverty there. And I said, what am I doing with my life? I'm making excuses all my life. I've been making excuses. I wasn't smart enough because I didn't have an amazing teacher that told me that I could be somebody. Until I finally said, you know what? I'm going to do something about it. So this kid who failed almost every entry-level exam at a community college, so what I did is I came back, right? And then I went to go enroll in a community college, and I failed every single exam, y'all. It was sad. It was sad. So I said, I don't care. I'm tired of making excuses for myself, so I'm going to stay in school. And guess what? This little kid is a mocoso from the hood. Y'all are not going to believe it. Y'all are not going to believe it. I worked from 5 p.m. to 4 in the morning as a dispatcher to help support my elderly mother and my mentally disabled sister. And then I went to school from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. because I was hungry. degree, you all, I got tired of making excuses for myself and said, I will be somebody. And after 2 years of that, after 2 years, yes, I will be somebody. I don't care what you say to me, I will be somebody. And so after 2 years, yeah, y'all ready for this? Graduated with a 3.9 GPA and I was valedictorian out of 60,000 students. I stopped listening to what other people told me who I was, and I finally said, you know what? I know who I am now. Oh, you better get away, because once you ever figure out who you are, there's nobody stopping you from achieving your dream. No one, young people. And so I got a call, so now I had to get to a 4-year university. And there was no money. I said, Mom, okay, I got it, Mom, I got it. Do we go? We're gonna go sell tacos on the corner. Okay, but it's a lot of tacos to get into SMU. It's like about 40,000 tacos at $1 a piece. Yeah, that's a lot of tacos, but you know what? We're gonna do that because we're hustlers, okay? Right, we know how to hustle. So I said, that it wasn't gonna work out. So I received a call when I was getting ready to transfer to a 4-year university. And I received a call from the Jack and Cook Foundation saying, Raul, you have just been selected as a Jack and Cook scholar, and you can go to any school you want to in the world and we'll pay for it. I said, okay, wait a minute, whoa, this cannot be true. You mean to tell me you giving this kid $30,000 to go to any school? So Harvard, Yale, Princeton, SMU, Oxford, all of them accepted me in their schools. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I said, this cannot be true. At the end of the summer of 2004, you all have received $250,000 worth of scholarships. This little kid who didn't even believe in himself. And what happened that summer, I received another call saying that I had been selected to be the press secretary of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. So that means that I was like, whoa. So you mean that this kid who was supposed to destined to be at the crack house was going to end up at the White House? Would end up at the White House. And I'm not saying this to brag on me, you all. I'm just saying, if you are determined, people say, well, are you smart? It's like, nah, I'm not smart at all. Can you say tutoring every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning? Y'all have no idea. There's 2 things that you need, and that is determination and perseverance. If you have those 2 things, I would take that any day after being smart, because there's a lot of people that are smart, but they're lazy. And then there's a lot of people that are not very smart, but they have perseverance and determination, saying there's nothing that can stop you. And I would rather have that any day. So I know that you all have that because I'm here. And some of y'all so determined that some of y'all traveled 19 hours to be here. That's how determined some of the people in this room are. Yeah! So here I am, you all, and I decided to go to SMU, but the struggles did not end there. Gosh, I cannot believe it would happen my first semester. My first semester I had to leave work because I had to support, because what happened was that I was not able to continue my studies at a 4-year university and continue to go to school. So me and my mom and my sister ended up in a homeless shelter. So you all, what ended up happening is that I was living in a homeless shelter while going to one of the most prestigious universities in Texas, one of the most expensive schools in the South, and nobody even knew it. I was going from a homeless shelter to Highland Park every day. And for those of y'all that are from Dallas, y'all understand where I'm coming from. It's like going from East LA to Beverly Hills, okay? So just to put it into perspective, right? So here we are. And I was gonna give up. And everything inside of me said, quit. We don't quit. Everything inside of me says, quit.
We don't quit.
Oh, but you see, sometimes you gotta get personal with it. It's not about we anymore. I gotta succeed. So I said, I don't quit. And something inside of me said,
I don't quit.
No, but you gotta mean it like you mean it. You living in a homeless shelter, y'all. Y'all living in a homeless shelter. And I don't quit it. No, you're living in a homeless shelter. And even if I do live, I don't care if I have to live underneath a bridge again. I was going to graduate because Mr. Escalante made a great point. He said that education is our number ticket to fight poverty, you all. Education